before I forget, you also, because you're such a police buff, you have favorite Hollywood policemen.
I do. Just before we go on, that was a Junior Parker tune called Driving Wheel, one of the greatest blues songs ever recorded.
I figure we're now segue into a radio ad. It's like the
words are, my baby don't have to work, she don't have to rob and steal, I got everything she needs, she is my driving wheel, and something like that. Yeah.
When did you get this much into it? Did you get this much into the blues music when you guys were thinking of doing the Blues Brothers, or were you into it before?
I grew up in Ottawa, Canada. You know, this is how Canadian I am. My grandfather, as we said, is a Mountie. I was born July 1, which is Canada Day. My mother's French-Canadian. My dad is High Anglican English, and, you know, I was born in the capital city. And up there, government town, you know, people wanted to have a good time on a Friday, Saturday night, so there were these great clubs. And all of the blues stars came through there. I jammed with Muddy Waters one night on drums, and I used to hear all of the great harp players and guitar players, so I really got into it then.
Well, it must have been fun, of course, doing this movie, which we have a clip for.
Yes, but let's get back to Hollywood Cops afterwards, because I...
Oh, you want to do this? Why don't you just do it now before we forget? Just do it.
Well, of course, I mean...
Who do you like?
I would have to say my favorite Hollywood cop, there was an old show by Ziv Productions called Highway Patrol.
Oh, sure, yeah. Broderick Crawford.
I can't believe it! This accident sees a mess! Get some black and whites up here quick! Come on! Broderick Crawford!
You know, he was on the show, Saturday Night Live. He was the only host that did it from a chair. Because he said, what do you say? This is St. Patrick's Day here in New York. I got some friends here. You expect me to do this show sober? No way! Come on!
That sounds like a good host. Who else did you like?
Well, of course, I love the Untouchables, you know.
Yeah.
Lee, Rico, Youngblood, bring the car around by the back. Bob Stack, Mr. Nitty, you're going down this time for good. You can't kill a prostitute like that and get away with it in Chicago.
Well, then, of course, we know the all-time favorite, probably, your all-time favorite, of course, Jack Webb.
But I have to get up for this, because Jack Webb never moved his arms when he walked. And let me go over here like this. It was like this. He walked like this. All right. Conan, you and your partner better behave, you guys. And one time, there was one of the greatest lines was the guy gets up to take a punch at him, and Webb goes, "Sit down unless you're growing."
I have to remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that movie with Tom Hanks, and I actually, you know, lifted verbatim. I took speeches that Webb wrote. He was a great writer, and just lifted them right off and put them right in the movie. And he did another thing. He used to call an actor like at 3 in the afternoon and say, listen, we got a hotel clerk, get down here, and we want you to play it. But I don't know the part, Mr. Webb. I don't know. Just come on in, you'll read it. And he used to have them come in, and he read everything off cards and had his actors read off cards. Because
so they were, as you're seeing those old shows, they're seeing those lines for the first time.
They're seeing them for the first time because he felt if people learned the lines, they'd sound like they were acting. So he had them read them, and they sound so real. You know those bad performances he got out of people, you know?
Sometimes someone says, comma.
Yeah.
We got to show a clip from the movie to set this up for us.
The movie's great. First of all, there's incredible music in it. You know, stars like James Brown, Aretha Franklin, Wilson Pickett.
Eric Clapton is in there.
Eric Clapton is in there in the Super Jam. Johnny Lang and John Popper and Erykah Badu, who is magnificent and beautiful. It is truly, I must say, I'm hearing nothing but great things about it from people who've seen it. I'm very proud of it. It's really good. And the music's exciting, but of course, when you have a Blues Brothers movie, you have a little bit of police pursuit in there.
Right.
I'm on the other side of the law in that picture. And so there's some car stunts. And this is a scene where we're escaping from some Russian gangsters, and I use a rather primitive method to get away from them.
All right, let's take a look at this clip from Blues Brothers 2000.
Wood, do you have automatic weapons?
Look in the glove compartment.
Carpet techs. They have guns, and we have carpet techs.
They're not carpet techs, they're drywall nails. Roll down your window, dump the nails.
They're also apparently exploding carpet tags.
Yes, well, you know, Landis, he gets out there, and in that car, most of those guys chasing me are my friends from Toronto, and they all played Russian gangsters, and they look real mean. But you know, it was like I was watching the movie the other night. Oh, there's Wally, there's Ricky, there's
They're trying to murder me.
Pals, you know?
Yeah. Dan Aykroyd, we can't thank you enough for coming on the show. Blues Brothers 2000 opens tomorrow, and you are Saturday Night Live special guest with host John Goodman. And musical guest Paula Cole this Saturday. That sounds like one not to miss.
Cool.
Hey, thank you very much for coming by.
I'm taking you with me, man. I like you so much. You're coming.
It's getting a little too kinky for my taste. Dan Aykroyd, everybody.